Okay, so who are we? We are Abel Solutions. We've been over 2 decades. Clients have trusted us to help them reduce the cost, the risk, and implementation time associated with solving critical business needs. We help companies achieve business improvement and document management across plethora of systems. We are a Microsoft Gold partner, Nintex Premier partner, as well as a Powell 365 partner as well.
Thanks, Anthony. So a little bit about Powell Software. We are a spin-off of a large systems integrator based in Paris, France called Expertime. Expertime has about 150, actually about 175 consultants, over 25 million in revenue. Powell 365 was launched in the fall of 2015 and in the US in the spring of 2016. We have since signed over 135 customers worldwide, and we have over 500,000 users. We contract with about 80 different partners, of which Abel is one of our premier partners, and about 40 of those are in the US. So that's it. It's a little bit Powell.
All right. So for our agenda today, we're going to be talking about what actually is a modern digital workplace. We'll be talking about what is ShareNet, and then we'll have a demo around ShareNet and the capabilities of ShareNet powered by Powell 365. And then at the end, we'll have a quick Q&A if you guys have any questions, and then we'll wrap it up from there.
So thank you. So in a few words, what we're going to be talking about today is really what is a full digital workplace. And so what Powell and what Abel's solution allows you to do is really take all of the things that you do on a regular day as far as communicate, collaborate, and connect, and build them into what we call a full digital workplace. It's a full multi-device, multi-experience, fully personalized intranet site. We have full responsive design. We have a native app for both the Apple and Android platforms, so you can really access this information on any type of device. Next slide, please. So what are some of the challenges that you're facing every day? So we know that many companies have kind of 4 different business groups that have different challenges with their intranet. The first one being information technology. They're concerned about security compliance, governance, the ability to stay up to date. In the human resources department, we know that people are concerned about employee engagement, the ability to manage your workforce, really the ability to balance your global and local workers. The communication department, of course, wants something that looks good. They want relevant and up-to-date information, and they want to be able to share all the right information with the right users. And the business group wants something with real-time KPIs, access everywhere, and really relatively simple and easy to update. And you'll see that Powell and ShareNet really check off all those boxes. So, next page. So what Powell is really 2 separate platforms per se. So we have Powell Manager, which is our build and deployment platform. So what you do is you build your entire site structure, your images, all of your layouts, your colors, and then you deploy it either on an Office 365 tenant or on-prem if you have 2016 or newer, or in a hybrid situation. And from there, you're utilizing what we call Powell Sites. Next slide, please. So Powell Sites is really what is our kind of fully configurable, ready-made digital workplace. It's built on top of Office 365. It incorporates all the different Office 365 components. It offers a compelling and very personalized user experience, and really a full set of features to help increase all of your Office 365 adoption. Powell Manager, as I mentioned on the last slide, is the tool that really enables your IT departments to design and deploy all of your SharePoint templates and structures without any coding. It's all drag and drop, very easy to use. We have pre-made templates, so it's really a way to help you manage, maintain, and update your SharePoint groups and environments in a really automated way. So next slide, please. So really, it's not an intranet in a box, but Powell and ShareNet is more of a tool to help you build your digital workplace to your specificities and give you the capacity to evolve it over time. That, in a nutshell, is what Powell is. So back to you, Anthony.
Awesome, thank you. So next, what is ShareNet? ShareNet is a out-of-the-box framework that we've developed that helps with the rapid and inexpensive implementation of a business intranet. It's powered by Power 365, and it's on SharePoint Online, Office 365. So our deal was basically we were creating a whole bunch of intranets for a lot of businesses, and we said, there's a better way, more efficient, more cost-effective way to push these intranets out. So we developed, with the help of Powell 365, a solution accelerator that we call ShareNet. It basically gives you 80% of the solution, and we rely on our customers to give us that 20% to create a homegrown custom solution for them with quick and rapid deployment in an inexpensive way. So without further ado, we'll jump into a demo and go through some items, and we'll take some questions at the end. So what you see here is our standard ShareNet homepage. As you can see, it's very nice, very polished. Most people do not want their intranets to look like SharePoint, as this one does not, but is definitely SharePoint. It is responsive, as you can see. As I make my screen smaller, the screen shifts automatically, and that's all done by Power 365. So you don't have to worry about any additional coding or cost on that aspect. All that's already built in. We start from the top. We have the main logo up top. We have the search area that we'll talk about, some icons Ryan will talk about later on, departments, we have a MyPortal, company news. So we know one of the most important aspects of an intranet is rolling out information or communication with your end users. And that's where we have company news. Company news shows you basically a bird's eye view of what's going on in a company. It could be welcoming a new employee. It could be talking about an acquisition, hitting goals for a certain fiscal year, keynote speaker, whatever you would like it to be. That's what you can display here for your end users. When an end user clicks on a company news, they'll actually be routed to the article itself. And when they get to the article, of course, they'll see the title, the image of the article. They can go ahead and read about the article, and they can, print out the article, email the article, respond to it, like it. So you start to create buzz, that water cooler talk around this area. And again, this is going to drive adoption because it's going to be fluid information coming out to your end users. So a great value add when it comes to an intranet, and even shows you the next available article that you can look at. And if we want to route back up to the homepage, as if everybody knows, if you have SharePoint, or if you had SharePoint 2010, you're on 2013 or on Office 365. Microsoft in 2013 removed the breadcrumb, so Powell was gracious enough to kind of give that back to us. So we have that breadcrumb at the top. So if we ever want to know where we are in the site or how to get back up quickly to a site, we can just follow that breadcrumb back. Or again, you can always click the logo to get back up top. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to the home page. So now we talked about company news. Let's scroll down and talk about department news. So department news, this is basically another great thing. I mean, department news, you can filter on what department news that you want to see. So if I'm in IT, if I'm in sales and marketing or human resources, I can say I only want to see the news that I care about or based off my department. So you have preferences here, so you can click the preferences and you can select what type of news you want, and it's going to filter that option on whatever you select. So currently right now I have it selected on sales and marketing, so it's going to show me all my sales and marketing news. And I can page through all the different news that are there and kind of see what's trending and what's not trending, so on and so forth. To the right of that, I have a area we call quick access. We like to call this kind of like our toolbox. So these are going to be the links that your end users are going to go to all the time. For example, we have leave request up here, expense report, Staff Hub. It's a Microsoft product that comes with Office 365 that allows you to schedule different time slots for team members on your team, and then going, of course, to Planner. So if I was to click the Leave Request button, it's actually going to open up into a new tab for me and show a form called Leave Request that's built off of Nintex workflow and forms. So when I'm on here, it shows me that I am logged in. Those Anthony Magee's logged in here. I can click what type of purpose is my leave request for. It's automatically going to know what department that I'm associated with. I can select my start date and end date and how many hours I'm going to be gone and any comments. Once I save, it's then going to route to my manager. My manager can approve my leave request or decline it. If it's approved, then it gets routed to the HR, and HR then automatically populated onto the HR calendar and that department calendar, so everybody has a clear eye view of what's going on and who's going to be out of the office. And the same aspect for expense report. Our expense report built by Nintex Workflows and Forms. It knows exactly who's logged in, what department you're a part of, who it should route this expense report to, and who should approve it. So we're able to add a whole bunch of business processes to ShareNet and Powell 365 that work seamlessly with the tool. As I scroll down, we have trending documents and events. So how I like to explain trending documents is it's going to be your most important or your most popular documents within your intranet. So whatever people are touching or playing with or looking at, that's what's going to show here. But the great thing about this, everybody's trending documents are going to be different. So this is, and the reason why I say that is because this area is security trimmed. So if I have access to a certain document and Ryan does not, he's only going to see what he has access to. So he may see something else that I may have access to, or he may see something that he only has access to and I don't. So everybody's trending documents are going to be different. Same thing with events. Events is going to show you an aggregated view of all the events that are going on across the company and the department. And it's going to show you all the events that are tailored to you and what you have access to. So it's a great value add just to let you know this homepage is going to be tailored to that individual logged on. So again, it creates that water cooler talk, that adoption that we so desperately need when rolling out an intranet. At the bottom here, we have an area that we like to call videos. Videos uses the stream platform that Microsoft offers, and it allows you to hook into all these different videos that you upload, and it allows you to actually show here on the screen instead of actually taking you to YouTube or anything else like that. It keeps you in-house, so you never have to leave your intranet as well. And then at the bottom here, we just have some social icons that you may want to show. So in a nutshell, that is our homepage. Ryan, did you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Sure. If you want to talk a little bit about these 5 buttons on the top, can you, for the first one, click on the plus button for me?
No problem.
Click on, there you go. So what you'll see here is Anthony already had it hidden, but one of the neat aspects of Powell is that you can actually hide the fact that you're in Office 365 and SharePoint. So you'll see that now we do show the Office 365 ribbon and the SharePoint tab on top. But again, if you can click on that minus button, Anthony, now it's gone. So it just kind of gives you, some people like to share that information, others do not. If you can click on the bell for me a little bit.
No problem.
So this is our recent activities. So again, this is similar to what Anthony was just showing you. This is going to be all security trimmed to your user. It's going to show you all the different security or the different activities that you've been currently working on, whether it's a Yammer feed, whether it's a document, anything. So it's just kind of an aggregate of all the recent things that you've been working on in your Office 365 environment. Can you click on the next one for me? Next to that is our favorites button. So not only can you favorite different tabs within your intranet portal, but you can also favorite websites, really anything that you want to. It could be documents, whatever you want to. So there's all different kinds of things you can do to just really give you a shortcut to move around your intranet site a little bit better. Next one. Next to that is our translator. So we use Bing Translate, and it will actually translate the entire site. It does a pretty good job. It's not perfect, but it is a way that if you're an international company or you have your site used by other users, you can translate the entire thing, and it will it'll give you the site in another language. So it's pretty slick. There you go. So now it's French. Very nice. I think you missed it.
Did I miss it?
Yeah, go back and hit cancel translation. There you go. There you go. Perfect. And then right next to that is probably the most powerful button in Powell's site, and that is the Manage Content button. And you'll see on here when it's open, and it comes over, that this gives you the ability to edit your page, your site content, your site permissions, your settings, properties, really everything on the page. Again, it's security trimmed, so this is going to be something that not everybody has access to, but if you do have access to it, so you might have just a few people within the company that have access to manage the content, you can do it all from right within the site. You don't have to go back out to SharePoint. You don't have to go to back to Powell Manager. You can do it right here within the site. So it's really powerful and really a slick and easy way to keep your site up to date. So
awesome.
That's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. All right. The next thing we're going to look into are department sites. So I'm going to hover over, get a nice mega menu. This will grow as you add more departments. I'm going to go ahead and go to sales and marketing. So this is our typical department page, and we didn't touch on it earlier, but Power 365 has a plethora of templates that you can use. You can use some of the out-of-the-box site templates, or you can create your own templates and push them down in an automated fashion, so which is great. So we use one of those processes. We created this department template, kind of what we felt was some of the best use cases a department may need. And if you kind of from the left to right, we give you kind of like a synopsis of what's going to be here compared to like your document libraries and news, a little blurb of what's going on in this department, what this department does. Next events, it's a calendar in the background that shows you what next events that are going on for this department that also aggregate up to the top onto the homepage. Same as news. We have some, Susan Peterson named CFO, and the corporate portal ShareNet launches company-wide. These news articles are going to be tailored to sales and marketing, but again, these also roll up into those department news where you can change your preferences as well. We have a toolbox here. This toolbox here is going to be your most important document libraries and links that your team members who are going to be working on the site are going to utilize. So that's a great thing to have as well. We have an area for discussion. This discussion is powered by Yammer, and it's going to let you know, whatever your teammates are talking about on this department site, you guys can talk here, as well as any recent updates. If you guys sometimes you don't have to want to jump in a document library, go search for something. You just want to know, what was the most recent thing updated on this department site. We have an area for that. So it's going to show you any documents that have been uploaded in the past couple of days is going to show here. So instead of going into that document library, you can just find it here, click see more, see what else was added, and then go click onto that document. It's going to open up in the Word Online page as well. And then lastly, to the far right is members. Everybody wants to know when they go to a department site, who are the members of that department site? If I need to ask a question, who do I go to? So we actually show that here. We actually show you who's a part of that department site and show you, who's on that team and who you need to get in contact with if you have a question. And then everything else pretty much works the same. If you click on documents, it's going to take you to your document library for that site, and you can upload documents just like you would any other SharePoint online document library or department site as well. Next thing I'd like to show you is a search. So Ryan, why don't you talk about search first and just tell them how powerful it is, and then I can kind of give them a demo and explain that to them.
Perfect. Sure. So we use both. So Powell utilizes both the search and query API of Microsoft. We are the largest user of the search API in the Microsoft ecosystem. So it's really much more of a search tool. We use it adds predictive search. So when Anthony goes to type something, you'll see that it'll kind of it'll fill in what you're trying to type in and give you different options, whether it be a document or a person or whatever. But our search tool is very powerful, and really pretty much everything within our site is based around search. So it's a very important tool for us.
Awesome.
Thanks.
No problem. So like just piggybacking off of Ryan. So if I was to type in a keyword, it's actually going to be predictive search on a person, a site, and a document. So that's really nice to have. And once you find what you're looking for, you can then be routed to that document, that site, or that person. For example, if I want to look for a person, I'm going to look for Nintex VTE Nicole. There she is. So I click on Nicole Presby. On people. All right. So here I see Nicole Presby. If I want to take a look and see what Nicole is doing, I can click on Nicole's name and her contact card pops up on the right-hand pane here. And it kind of tells me some information about Nicole. You know, she's a senior SharePoint consultant, her email address, some last documents that she's worked on, and then a great value add at the bottom here, which we hear asked about all the time, is an organizational chart. So this organizational chart is based off of Delve and Active Directory, and it's dynamic. It shows you everybody that's her direct report and then everybody above her as well. So if I were to click on David Hammond, our president, it's going to flip to his card and let us know everybody underneath him as well. So it's a great way to see what's going on as an organizational chart and what's going on with that person. In this area, we also kind of leverage it as a corporate directory. So if I was to delete Nicole and just kind of research, it's going to show me everybody in the system with their picture and with their contact card picture. And then from there, I can filter down and look for whoever I want to. If I want to say I'm looking for a SharePoint developer, click on SharePoint developer. It's going to show me all my SharePoint developers within our company. And then there's even keywords you can further filter out. If you're looking for someone who can do code MVC, I can select that. It lets me know there's one person. And then I know that Alex is that person that I need to talk to. Or if it's not even associated with work, you just, fantasy football starting up. You want to see who all likes football. I can click on football and see who likes that. So there's a plethora of ways that you can leverage the corporate directory within Powell 365 and ShareNet. All right, so after talking about the corporate directory, we're going to jump over to MyPortal, which is one of my favorite areas. So while that's loading up, MyPortal basically is a profile, a portal tailored for the individual that is logged in. So as you see, I'm logged in. It shows my picture, my title. It shows my emails, my next events, my task. And so it's a one-stop shop for individuals. So when users are working in these different departments or projects or whatever, are being assigned tasks, instead of trying to jump into that project site or that department site, they can go to their MyPortal and kind of see what they need to do for the day and for the week. So if we just go from top to bottom, I see my contact card here. If I want to update any information, I can just click this I, and then I can update anything about myself that I want to, about me, projects, skills, and expertise, school and education. I graduated from FAMU, and I'm currently getting my MBA at UGA. Go Dogs! So there's plethora of things you can do here. So that's something great. You can also have access to OneDrive and also your actual SharePoint Delve site as well. Below there, you have My Emails. It automatically hooks up into Outlook. So that's great. And you can search here. You can create a new message. Opens up an actual dialog box for Outlook for you to create a message. Your events, these are your calendar events within your Outlook. They're going to show here. You can add a new event as well. And then you have this area called My Task. My Task basically links into Planner that comes with your Office 365 prescription and lets you know all the tasks that you have assigned. So if I want to look at, I just want to show me my in-progress task, it's going to aggregate all your in-progress tasks across all of your Planner task plans and show you what's going on here. So I have about 11 in progress, 22 late, that's horrible, 18 that I haven't started, and 140 that I finished. So again, it's another one-stop shop for tasks that are assigned across your intranet. If I scroll down, we have an area for my groups. So my groups are also associated with planners and teams that comes with Office 365 as well. And it lets me know some of the groups that I'm a part of. I want to see all of my groups, well, all the my groups that I'm a part of, or all the groups that are in the company. I'm able to do that here, and I'm able to create groups as well. If I scroll down, discussion board is going to show us our Yammer, so everybody who's talking about it. Sorry for the mugshot. I think this guy like took somebody's Office 365 down, and we were just kind of chatting about that type of guy on a at a client. So, and next year on we have my documents, kind of documents that I've been working on. Recently, you see the digital workspace PowerPoint is here, and then some popular documents that are going on in the company that I might be interested in as well. So in all, that's what our ShareNet is, powered by Powell 365. It's just a quick and decisive way to roll out an intranet that's going to allow you to drive adoption and just to get key feedback, key collaboration, and give you that digital workspace that everyone's looking for. Move this out the way. So it's about 11:31, so it was about 31 minutes, so we kind of saved you guys 30 minutes to get back to your lunches and all that. But before we do that, we wanted to know, is there any questions out there?
I can monitor this here.
All right. So I do have one question.
I'm looking.
So someone asked, how long does it take to roll out, ShareNet or Power 365? And it depends, but typical if we were to roll out ShareNet, it takes us about 60 to 80 hours depending on the requirement. And that's from just getting the requirements to design and pushing everything down. So it's fairly fast and quick, and we also add in site owner training there as well.
So we got another question here. How hard is it to, can you share how we could connect links to enterprise apps on SAP? That might be another conversation, but it is possible to share links to SAP.
Nice.
So I don't know if you have experience doing that, Anthony, as well, but we do have some links to SAP, so yes, we can do it. And if you would like to see more, we can set up a demo to show you.
Awesome. Yeah. Yes, we have a couple questions about that at SAP. Just a lot of external databases. People like to link into SharePoint, into ShareNet, and Power 365. Yes, a lot of those can be connected. We leverage them all the time, especially when we're leveraging them in Power BI. So it's a great question.
Got one more question. How do we push links to MyPortal? So Anthony, I don't know if you can, on the you could even go back if you want to. Yep.
So they want to add something here? Is that what they're asking, Ryan?
Yep, that's correct.
So it's pretty simple. It's just editing the page. Well, actually, do it this way. It's pretty simple. You just click your admin tool to manage content, and then from there it's just like configuring any other web part, just adding a web part and just adding it quickly there. So it's pretty self-explanatory and easy, and something that we can handle during site owner training or anything like that.
I got one more question. You mentioned it's 60 days to live. It really depends on 60 days to deployment. It really depends on how complicated and detailed you're looking at your portal to be. But it would be, and Anthony, you can add in on this too. But depending on, we kind of have 3 different levels that we go off of, whether it's a base, kind of what we call a standard deployment or an advanced deployment. And, you're going to differ anywhere from 30 to 90 days max, at least on our end that we've seen. So.
Right, and I apologize if I said 60 days. For ShareNet, it usually takes us 60 to 80 hours pending on the requirements. So sorry if I said days, I meant to say hours.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And then one more, there was just a question on, wait, I got a new one here. Is there anything available for SharePoint on-premise? Yes, we can deploy this on-prem as well, as long as you have 2016 or newer. We don't have anything that works with 2016 or older. Anything older than 2016. But if you have 2016 or newer, we can do an on-premise deployment. And then there was a question on pricing. So we are priced by the user, and it's averages about $1 a user, and it's a annual subscription. So it's based, so it's charged an annual $1 per user per month on an annual basis. So I'm trying to see if there's any others. Is there a mobile app?
Yes, there is a mobile app, and it works great. And I apologize in advance that I can't show my iPhone, but yes, that's a great thing about Power 365. It looks beautifully on your phone, and just as I showed you how it was responsive when the screen size got smaller, it does the same thing on the phone with the same type of interaction. So it's really great. And if you like to see that in person, we can definitely set up a demo and show you that personally.
Awesome. And I think that's all the questions that we have.
Awesome.
So with that, thank you very much, everybody, for joining. We will be sending out the recording to this once it's finalized. And if you have any other questions, we'd love to give you a demo to your team. So reach out to either Anthony or myself. Our emails are at the bottom of the page here, and we look forward to working with you.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.